Alrighty, we are live. Let's make sure the sound is working. Alrighty. And it is excellent. Alrighty. Just wait a few more minutes. If more people are coming over. Change it to live chat would be good. What up, Jules? Thanks so much for dropping by. Adjusting the camera as always. Marsha. Apparently, Anon, I was typing stuff the whole show. People were seeing it before the show started. But then I was typing stuff the whole show. Sid said that Elo Asti, somebody that I blocked a long time ago, did a super chat that promoted my channel. And maybe Mod thought it was me. I don't know. Don't know. So, all right, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let me give the beginning plugs, and then I'll talk more about that. You are watching youtube.com/coachstevemoney, and we are live from Cabot, Arkansas. And this is the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. And if you are on youtube.com/coachstevemoney, where you are already, go to the main page, you scroll down, and you can see my financial content, which is answering your financial questions. That's the weekend stream, and of course, the Ramsey Show After Show. This is number 396, and I did change the number. Excellent. And the music playlist has 11 Ramsey adjacent songs in there, so listen to those if you're so inclined. Alrighty, so I don't know what it was. Iced tea. I don't know why I got banned. I got blocked. Like I said, Sydney said hello Asti. Again, I blocked him a long time ago. Definite troll. And so he did a super chat apparently to promote my channel. Dumb, of course. And of course, I would never do that on any channel, because that's not how you do that. You don't pay for super chats to prompt your channel, to promote your channel. And so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's regular mod doing that, or who that is that did that, or it was an accident. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see if I can chat tomorrow. Ooh, yeah, they probably watching. Okay, well, if they are, I wish they would have asked me about it or talked to me about it first. If I, give me a chance to not do whatever it was that the problem was. So. And like I said, before the show started, people were seeing what I was typing. So don't know exactly when it happened. I was typing the entire show from the beginning. I did notice people were like not responding to me and stuff. And so, I did think that was kind of weird. And like when, Anon and Mila were saying that I wasn't there, I thought they were fronting or something. So, but they were not capping. Yeah, blocking him shouldn't auto block you. Yeah, right. It seemed they would have had to do it on purpose. You would think. Don't know. So, I mean, maybe we'll find out tomorrow about that. Yes, I could see you. Right. And that's why I said I'm right here. I thought you were playing. I thought you were messing around. Because obviously I was there. But yeah, and eventually, I thought people, okay, well, they're just not responding to me. That's fine. And so, but eventually I was like, wait a second. And so I did the refresh and I couldn't see anything I was typing after I refreshed it. And so that's how you can always tell. Someone could have reported me. It's possible. It's possible as well. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll see. If people can see me chatting tomorrow, I'll add the mod and find out what's up. And if they can't, maybe I'll email. I think I might have. I have that producer's Instagram. Maybe I'll Instagram her and see if she can just get a message to him. They do know that I'm a Ramsey coach. Yes, Ice-T. Thank you so very much for asking. Good question for a change. Good job. Marshall. Thanks for dropping by again. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, except for the last half hour, I didn't pay as much attention to the chat because I was doing a little bit of prep stuff. But other than that, I did listen to the whole show, and I did see the chat and everybody asking about me. A little bit of agua. All right. Any other questions on that? Like I said, we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow. We'll find out tomorrow. Or maybe we will not. Just made it up. Gonna be a big, big hit. Let's have some fun. Sorry for that one. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if I'm not ever allowed in the chat again, let's try some light here. Okay, let's go on the second level of light from the ring light on the camcorder. It's not a ring light. It's a webcam light. If I'm not ever allowed in the chat again, that won't change my opinion of the advice. The advice is still the best thing to do about money. And I'll still do this regardless. I may not listen as much, but there you go. Raphael is also somebody that I have blocked. Marshall. So I am not seeing that person type anything. I'm surprised that you can. I guess it doesn't automatically block somebody. Yeah, the jury's still out on Ice-T. Ice-T a little bit too. Maybe Ice-T is SD and other dumb trolls. It could happen. It's possible. Alrighty. Market report, and after being the highest up the whole day, the Russell Small Cap Index fell off right at the end, and the Nasdaq jumped ahead of it, and S&P 500 to a new record, up 0.4%. But again, the Nasdaq is higher, so you people just doing S&P 500 index funds, at least put a little bit in the Nasdaq. My goodness, leaving so much money on the table. Oh, and the Dow Jones shot. Oh, okay, Dow Jones leading with 62%. I didn't even consider it because that doesn't often happen. But alrighty, I don't know. Let's see, where's that look like in a record for? A record for Dow? Looks like it might be. No, not quite. Unless this was today. Let's see, is that 23rd. No, so not quite to a new record for the Dow. Let's see, what do we want to do? Go back. See what the rest of the planet is doing. Everything up in Europe, everything up in Asia. Let's see how that currency is doing, how that US dollar is doing. Had a gentleman in the Ramsey show chat that I was able to read, and it said that he was so concerned about the US dollar collapsing. And I say what I always say, if the US dollar collapses, you're going to have more problems than the ones that you're specifically worried about in your question. And I typed that as well, but of course he didn't see it. So the euro up over the US dollar over the Japanese yen though. The British pound low up against the US dollar, Canadian dollar A over the US dollar, and the Australian dollarmate making it almost a clean sweep over the US dollar, except for we're better than the yen. And let's see what futures are like. Good, look good to me. Look good to me. NASDAQ ahead. Imagine that. Oh, let's just check crypto for fun. It was up to a new high yesterday, and somebody came in promoting it, and they were banned immediately yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, I believe that's another new high for... No. Nope, not back up to a new high for them. I thought it was, but close, I think. Let's see, what is that high for that? That is, like 69. Okay, so yeah, still not a high for Bitcoin, but again, doesn't matter. I think government's going to do their own virtual currency, and then all of this will be worthless. How about that? Alrighty. Oh, let's see. Jack X. Just glad I'm okay. What up, Aslan? Boom, 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 boom. Ice-T wants to know, if I was a troll, why would I encourage people to watch your show? Trolls do a lot of dumb stuff, Ice-T, so you never can tell. Hashtag Doomsday Coach Steve, yeah. Alright, Jack. Yeah, that probably won't help. That is correct. New high for gold, is it? Okay, doesn't matter. Not advised by Mr. Ramsey. Dollar can already be traded virtually. True, Venmo and CashApp. That's correct. Sid right about that. Let's see what else we wanted to look at for that. We wanted to see what the most followed single stocks on the Google. Also not recommended by Mr. Ramsey, but it's good to see the funds that are inside those mutual funds. 0.5, almost 0.5% is Apple, Alphabet. We know what they own, right? 0.77, if you don't ask, and I'll tell you. But down is the Microsoft, the Amazon, and the Meta. And we know what they own as well. And the Tesla down as well. Interesting. With all those being down and the NASDAQ still up for the day, that is very interesting how that happened. Zelle is even incorporated into any bank worth its salt. That's correct. The bank I am with here in the great state of Arkansas, it does have Zelle integrated. I want to be integrated. No, let's want to be sedated. Couldn't make it fit. See what's going on in the news. This is from Yahoo Finance. 30-year rate, mortgage rate hits 2-year low. So there was some people complaining in the chat today about their high yield savings account rate going down. That's going to happen when the Fed drops rates. But you also get 30-year mortgage rate hitting a 2-year low. Let's see what it is too. Average 6.08%, down from 6.09, so not that much, but it is the lowest level in 2 years. 15 rose 1 basis point to 5.16. But hey, look at that. That's a less amount of time and a less interest rate. And so that's what Mr. Ramsey advises. See what else we got from the Yahoo Finance. Gross domestic product. U.S. economy grows at 3% annualized pace in the second quarter. Probably don't need anything else than that. So that is good. That's part of why the market went up today. Do you know a budget app is similar to every dollar? As in UK, you can see if you can get YNAB, is you need a budget. But I think that's the only one I know. All right, Marshall didn't characterize it as complaining. All right, just makes her sad. Okay. Microsoft news, MSN.com. Wealthy Gen Zers are leaving California, new study says. Here's where they're moving. I'm going to go ahead and guess Texas, Tennessee, somewhere with no state tax because they're tired of that BS, perhaps. Due to their age and income, they may be more prone to moving for economic and lifestyle opportunities than some older counterparts. Okay. With longer time frame for careers and investments in front of them, Gen Zers could potentially have a larger lifetime impact on their communities. How many and where are they headed? Here's what the data show. Data is plural, I guess. Yeah, it is. We don't want that. We don't want that to pop up. California landed number 9 on the list of 10 states that are losing the most wealthy Gen Z peeps. Some skibbity stuff and so forth. Rich millennials also losing California. 9,181 wealthy millennial households. Let's see. Lost the most high-earning Gen Z, Illinois, Washington, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Connecticut, North Carolina, California, and the state up north. And they're moving to New York, okay? Just changing bad California for almost as bad New York. So that's more of a lifestyle change, maybe, there, because you're not saving that much difference on tax and such. Florida, okay, I mean, that's, if you're tired of that coast, go to another coast still has a beach. Tennessee, thought so. Colorado, Texas, Tennessee, and Texas and Florida have no state income tax. Arizona, Mississippi, Nevada, Montana, and Maine. Interesting. Boom, 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 boom. Who said he encourages people to not download the app? I have the app in, so do a few in here. For encourage people to watch the after show instead of downloading the app. They can download the app, and I've said in there before that they can also be in my chat while listening to the show on the app. That's perfectly fine. So, I don't know. Could be. We don't know. We're just guessing at this point. All right, let's do some questions. And did I get in the right spot? Yeah, milestones. We did that one. Grocery budget help. Tasteful male side boob. All right. Grocery budget help. Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. I'm working through baby step 2 and have made really good progress. Okay. That said, I feel like for me, I could be doing more. I have a family of 4 with 2 toddlers. And I've budgeted out $2K a month for groceries, as that has been the typical spend. Okay, well, if that's typical spend before you start the baby steps, then you're probably spending too much money on everything. Maybe, so try to simmer down on that. That seems like so much and an area we could cut down for sure. So if it's 2 toddlers, family of 4, 2 toddlers, that's $500 a week. Yeah, you could probably cut down on stuff, on groceries for sure. That said, I feel like for me, I need a bit of help planning out groceries to get this down. Yeah, so if you're not giving any thought to planning out groceries, then you could definitely cut it down, because then what are you doing? Just going to the store and say, okay, that, you know. Let's see, anyone have any experience with any apps or anything that provides guidance in this area? Like specifically, no. Edit, one detail I didn't add is that one of my toddlers has ASD and ARFID. I don't know what that is. So we do end up spending a bit more than normal on food he will actually eat. Okay. That said, I don't know what those are, what they mean. If it's just the toddler being picky, that's a different thing. That said, it doesn't actually make up a ton of the overage, right? It's probably more you than the toddler stuff. Unless you're just buying the grade A creme de la creme of the toddler food. I think I need to focus on meal planning that stretches for more than a day. Yeah. So baby step 2 flare, yes. You can cut stuff down, definitely. And most likely it's you and the spouse and not the toddler meals. Ooh. Oh, let's see. Sid says, could just be tired of haters flooding the chat every day and blocking you. Will eventually lead to them not talking about you anymore. That would be sad, but that could be. That's very possible. For sure. Let's see. ARFID is like pathologically picky. Okay. They would literally rather starve than eat bad foods. I got you. Okay, thanks, Ed. This from Cards Fan 00114. Is home ownership just like whack-a-mole all the damn time? Okay. Language. Let's see. I am feeling somewhat defeated. My wife and I are in a pretty good financial boat. Okay, sell the boat. Nah. Paid off $400,000 home, $250,000 in retirement, 32 years old, $30K in emergency fund, an extra $20K socked away that we are using on home repairs. See below. No debt whatsoever. We bought this 1940s house 2 years ago, and it has been a constant game of whack-a-mole. It's a 1940s house, dog. What do you expect? It's from the 1940s. And then, so you get a 1940s house, and then you move into it, or you're trying to use it as a rental. I don't know, not clear. But if you move into that house, you're all of a sudden going to think, oh, well, there's no USB ports here in this outlet. And so all of a sudden you need to upgrade everything. So why did you buy a 1940s house? That would be pretty dumb. So let's read more and see. And it's just been a constant game of whack-a-mole. Once we fix the one thing, we find another thing that is wrong. It's a house in a great location. Yeah, you should have checked that out. You know, when you checked all that stuff out is before you buy it. The kind of neighborhood, you probably just bought it. without checking all that stuff out, in which they are ripping down houses like mine and build $1 million houses. And you know why they're ripping that down? Because it's not worth trying to nickel and dime and fix all the different stuff and upgrade it. Let's see, it's all brick and has that old charm. Everyone who walks in loves our house. I'm sure they do. Until they see there's no USB charger ports. We like the house too. My wife loves it. She's convinced we will never move. Yeah. But there is a part of me that is just, let's see, baby step 7. So they are in the best situation for this. Did that open it in a... Oh, that opened in incognito because I hit the wrong button. Let's see. Read more. Great. Part of me just miserable having to constantly repair and improve S. Again, language. Here's some repairs we have done. It's a house from the 1940s. You're just mad that you did not have somebody look at it. You should have at least had your own, what's that called when they tell the worth of it? Drawing a blank here. Hashtag dementia. Appraising it. But yeah, you should have had somebody look at all of this stuff. HVAC, come on, you should have had somebody look at that. The gutters, yeah, have somebody look at all of this. So, you know, some things that might miss and some things might be fine for a month after you move in there. But all of this was bad before. So, not all of it was something that happened right after you moved in. So, I mean, we always do good repairs that are meant to last. We don't half-ass anything, and we always get high quality, reputable people. I'm sure you do. So, that doesn't get you any brownie points for that. We have the mentality of buying cheap is buying twice. Okay. So once it's fixed, it is fixed. Great. So I'm confused. Is this home ownership for a 1940s house? It is, probably. Is it because I'm catching up from years of people not doing repairs? Yep. And you should have had it looked at more closely before you got it. Does your house just suck? Maybe. My wife tells me not to worry. Some of our friends have had basements completely flooded and to the top step. Yep. Trees falling on the house and cutting it in half. Electrical that needs to be completely replaced for $20K. Yeah, I mean, yours might need to be too. That might be the next thing. So you cannot. No whining, basically. You're the one that bought a 1940s house, and so you're surprised by this. And a Cards fan, imagine that. Okay. Let's see. 89 says, check my emails and bam, they may have emailed you. Oh, okay. That's possible. I will do that. Good advice, Anon. Oh, no, you have to use a USB adapter. That's right, Sid. That's right, Sid. I'm sure, now, I have it here in this apartment. The apartment I'm moving to in Ohio is a little bit older, and so probably will not have it in there, so I'll have to start going back to an adapter. My goodness. Yeah, terrible issue, right? Marshall's house, built in 54. Some odd looking outlets / ports. Yep. Clock plug, that was weird. Okay. Phone plug was 4-prong. Yep. There were TV outlets to plug TV directly into the antenna. Fun times. Julie says her light switches click. Should she change them out? Well, it depends if you think that means they're broken, or you want to upgrade to the fancy ones. Anybody in step 4 can get the remote switches as well, and remote blinds if you're in step 4. Speaking of the steps, no wonder 956 running out of steam selling items. I have decluttered more times than I can count and have boxes laying around of stuff to sell. but I don't have the time or energy to list the stuff on multiple platforms for sale. Single mom, 2 kids, full-time job. Can't seem to keep up with anything. Laundry, dishes, housework, yard work, etc. It's not easy being a single mom. Stuff will get away from you. Am I just losing steam? Yep. Or am I making a mistake by wanting to just donate it all and get it out of the way? If you're not going to sell it ever, you can do that. But what it would be advised would be to sell that because it's possible if you have debt that you bought some of that crap with the debt and that can help pay off some of the debt. It's the waiting for it to sell, which has nothing to do. No, it's not the waiting for it to sell because you are not even listing it. So, I mean, there were some calls on the Ramsey show today, which I did listen to. And there were some calls today where people were just so justification stationing what they wanted to do, which was not the Ramsey advice. And so this is like more of that stuff. Trying to find time to meet up with buyers. Yeah, it's a hassle. Nobody's going to come to your apartment or your house if it's not listed to say, hey, let me buy that. Here's the cash. You don't have to do anything. Just hand it to me. If they actually show up, yeah, and it's all cluttering up my house, it bothers me because I know I could use that money. Then you got to find time to do that. And so what I would challenge this person is, okay, I know you got kids. I know you're a single mom. Tell me how often you're spending a day doing this. What's she doing? Why'd she post that? They're just going through the talk and looking at cat videos. How often are you doing that instead of listing stuff? Where are we at? But I have no motivation to sell this stuff. I'm open to other suggestions as to what to do with it. There's no magic. You have to list it. Or if you want it just gone, you can donate it. I'm just tired. Yeah, sure. Tired of all the clutter, tired of my kids' messes. Yeah, it's everything. Sure. This is the situation. You have to embrace the reality. I'm a big fan of that. Embracing reality and logic. And so you have to embrace the reality that you are a single mom. But also, I don't believe that you have no time ever. So I know it's a lot of stuff, but I don't believe that you have no time ever. You're just using it in different ways. All right. Day in 13 threat, a frequent poster here on the reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey. 82 left in grocery for Sid, and she only needs 51. So excellent. So did a good compromise on the budget. Excellent. Compromises take precedence over the baby steps. Jack. Had takeaway budget, but I've gone over it. Yeah. Yep. So you may want to change the takeaway budget to 0 and don't spend any on it. Jack. Yep. Ban takeaways for 1 month. Exactly. And now wants to get back into bulk cooking. That's when you make a lot at one time. And that can save money if you eat all of it before it goes bad. Marshall has PTO, that is use or lose. Yep, got to use it then. Definitely advised to use it. Background gap 1143. Bank CDs. Why are banks offering a higher CD rate for 1 year but much less for 2 years? Okay, so again, I explained this in the Ramsey Show chat today too, but nobody could see it, obviously. But banks are not your friends. Banks are there to make money for banks. Yes, they give interest, but they are not in business to give you interest. They're in business to make money. So you can't be surprised by any of that. Nittany Yinzer. I want to buy a home before all my debt is paid off. Tough crap. That's a no. You get to do what you want to, but you're likely going to run into problems doing that. Most people do. I've watched all of the videos. Why'd you bother to watch all of them if they kept saying don't do that? I understand the justification. No, it's you are the one that's about to give the justification. On the advice, no justification needs to be given because it's been proven millions of documented times. So you are the one that's doing the justification here. Let's see. I'm an adamant every dollar premium user. Great. I'm all in on this. Obviously not if you want to buy a house before. Well, you can want all you want to. You just don't do it. Let's see. I have been for some time. I'm just in the thick of it and wondering if it's the right path. Yes, because anything else you would do has not been proven millions of times to work. What I'm hoping for here is that someone who was in my situation and did wait until the debt was paid off to buy a home can tell me it's worthwhile. It absolutely is. I can tell you that. And I haven't even bought one once I've been debt free. For context, I'm 24 man and got married to my 23 female wife. Just babies. You got plenty of time. At the beginning of the year. Great. Have a great marriage with combined finances and chat through our budget regularly. Excellent. Between the two of us, we paid off about $50K in debt and have about $70K in student loans remaining. That's it. Yeah, pay that off and then get the full emergency fund and then you can save the down payment for the house. That's how it works. Neither of us had financial help from parents in college. Doesn't matter. We're both just very frugal with how you still took out the debt. So that's affecting you now. If you didn't have that debt then, you'd be able to buy a house sooner. But, baby step 2, there's no house. I was checking on the chat. I do that, then get bored and want something different, but then I buy takeaways. Yeah, and so you don't do that. You just stay bored. It's food. It's not something else, not some esoteric thing. I don't know if esoteric's the right word there. I don't know what I'm thinking of, what type of thing it would be. But it's not something for you to, you don't have to be non-bored by food. That's not a requirement. So be bored by it and have more money. I have an Apple 12 Pro Max. Frustrated from Davey 488. Frustrated by broken iPhone and cell phone plans. Apple 12 Pro Max I purchased on an installment plan from Verizon back in 2020. Anybody want to guess if that was a smart thing to do? It was not. Regardless of what he's going to say here. It was a long 36 months to pay the phone off completely. Indeed, that's why that's not recommended. The phone is on its last legs. And that is why exactly they want you to do that. They want you to get the brand new phone and take 3 years to pay it off. And then guess what? You'll probably buy another phone on the same plan, so you're constantly doing that phone payment and making Verizon money. That's what they are in business for. People do not understand. People are nutty. The battery's almost completely gone and charging port is broken. Some of that may be your fault for mistreating it. I mean, the battery, maybe, batteries do die. Charging port is broken. Although I got cash phones that, do I have any one handy here? No, I don't have one handy, but I just had it the other day. An old cash phone that still starts up and is still working after not being charged for probably about 5 years, and it still has a charge. So, maybe, just maybe don't buy the iPhone because they are more expensive than Android phones, and you don't need the newest model either. What's frustrating is the cost of cell phones. Then you don't get the newest ones, and you don't freaking finance it. My goodness gracious me, I will not buy a refurbished phone. That's up to you, because those usually have old batteries and come with a grab bag of issues, since refurbished doesn't always mean the phone works perfectly. Sure, that's correctly. Nobody's saying you have to do that. You just have to pay cash for a new phone. Might be able to get the phone fixed for $100, but I'm guessing it will only be good for maybe, we don't know. At this point, we don't know. Again, that's why you pay cash and you buy cheap phones. Since there's no guarantee with charging port can be fixed, I switched from Verizon to Visible. Visible uses the Verizon towers, so like you can do Mint Mobile as well, but Mint uses the T-Mobile towers. Visible uses Verizon, and they both are discount carriers. So you can do that. It wouldn't surprise me if Verizon owns Visible, just like T-Mobile owns Mint Mobile now. They bought it from Ryan Reynolds and his partners. So instead of buying takeaway, I buy these food and grocery, just less of them. And to be honest, your food budget is a little scary. 40 a month is below poverty. Yeah, it just depends on what you're eating. Yeah, break that down for us. You've talked about that before, being $40 a month. But you are supplementing it with takeaways, apparently. That's not part of the 40, is it? Cortisol, it's just not the fast foods I want. Okay, well, sometimes we don't get what we want. We sacrifice in order to achieve a greater goal. Robert G, another $4.99. Much appreciated, Robert. Super chat. Sometimes I just cook mince and then add to pasta, rice, or potato, depending on my mood. That would not be me. That would be Anon. I do not cook mince ever, and I don't add anything to pasta, rice, or anything like that. I don't do that. Alrighty, thank you so much, Robert. Not even any question or anything. Just like yesterday. Muted Bank 3797. How do people even get loans for the amounts they call in for? I've said it a bunch of times. Banks will always loan you more money than they should. Always. Always. And the more money you make, the more they will loan you. That's just how it works. That's why even the high earners, they can easily get into more trouble than the poor's do. Ayer 16899. Need some hope here. You can sit here if you want. From Forrest Gump. What energy juice do you all have? Okay, let's see. I'm really dragging. I'm looking for a slice of hope. I may have missed. I realize I'm probably going to come off as an insensitive AO language because my situation is a cakewalk compared to people with a poor income or some of the loony bin debt callers on the show. So this is exactly the person. Probably makes a lot of money, but also borrowed a lot of money because dumb. Let's see. I feel like my soul is dying. I'm not tired of working. I'm just tired of feeling like it's hopeless. Maybe there's a number I've missed or math I've done wrong somewhere. That could be. Okay, here's where you lose everybody. I make $136,000 before taxes, married with 2 small kids. Last year, after accounting for insurance and other off-the-top payments, that came out to about $90K take home. All right. Are you in the California, sir? Move away from them. $90K take home per month. Yeah. With no retirement contributions, I take home $78.50. Okay, per month. Okay. Wife doesn't work. She's home with the kids right now. That's fine as well. Let's see what is the rest of the stuff going on here. I did it correctly this time. That's hopefully not going to change for 5 more years. Okay. I started my own journey down hardcore Budgetville this January. That's been a while. That's been 8 months. The first few months was exciting because I was able to throw about $4,000 at my wife's student loan. Then the wheel started spinning, and now I'm looking at the future and see an endless road I'm never getting off of. So oftentimes the student loans are not going to be your lowest debt. So if you were avalanching or doing your own thing, that could be why. So this is why you do smallest to largest, so you see those smaller ones go bye-bye a lot quicker, a lot more quickly. I own a home valued around $490K with about $330K remaining on it. Yep, right. It's not paid for. You still have a mortgage on it. It is still called owning, though. And you do have that 160 equity in it. Monthly payments are $25.50 right now. Insurance keeps running this number up. You got to pay insurance. And if you're in Florida or California, that's going to be more expensive. Let's see, what was that per $78.50 and $25.50. So that's too much. That's too much for your take-home pay. That's more. $25.50 is more than a quarter of that take-home pay per month. So you're doing it wrong, and that's even if you have a 15-year mortgage. If you have a 30-year mortgage, there's no way you can afford the house. At the beginning of the year, our debt looked like this, $6K in medical, okay? And that should have been paid off first then. You should have put that $4,000 immediately to that, and then that would have been paid off by now, sir. $22K in student loans. $20K owed to my mother, which was all used to clear off credit card balances from being dumb a while back, and it was dumb to borrow the money from her to fix that. You need to fix stuff yourself. You're an adult. We knocked student loans down to $18K in the first few months. Then the old prankster showed up. What old prankster? I spent $2K on fixing the engine of my 14-year-old car with 80K miles on it. Okay. Central AC went out in June. That 10.5K got thrown on a 0 interest credit card. Yeah, that's not how you do that either. Got a second job working nights for $13 an hour. Great. Seems silly, but I had to do something to try to change the math. That's right. Saved up $4K to put towards paying off the AC and the credit card. Now the other car, which is 10 years old with 160,000 miles on it, needs major mechanical work on the differential. And so that one you may not fix. That one you may just get rid of. Sell it for scrap or whatever. And spend less than, what is it? Oh, it didn't say could be upwards of 4K. Then you just buy a 4K car that doesn't have problems with the differential. So our fixed expenses are about $5,800 a month. That's going to be too much as well, so to do the math, $78.50 take home, $25 and $58 is, what is that? That's 88. That's 88. So you're already in a negative. So that's not possible. So you probably got to sell the house. Sorry. And move if you're in an expensive area. Sorry. Seems insane to me to say that number is fixed, but there isn't a ton of wiggle room in there. That's bull crap. There certainly is. You don't have $5,800 of necessities a month. No, you do not. Change car insurance, downgraded phone plans, cancel subscriptions, AC replacement pays and thankfully help with electric bill, but with $2,600 in mortgage, $7,800 in food month. Didn't say how many people. Lost myself. There we are. $7,800 in food, the rest in utilities and student loan payments plus insurance. There isn't much more to cut. I stare at it every day going, huh? Oh, I could find some stuff to cut. I'm sure I could. One car is 10 years old, one is 14. The roof is 27 years old. There is a... Why'd you buy a house with a 27-year-old roof? Or 20-something-year-old roof already. Why'd you buy a house like that? For that much money. That was a buttload of money. So, I mean, you are the one that is making all these mistakes and that made all these mistakes. And so you have to take that blame. You have to accept the reality of your situation and go from there. Let's see. $2,000 a month and map out paying the debts in order, as well as collapsing retaining wall to fix. Maybe you needed to have that house looked at better too. When I take that $2,000 a month and map out paying off the debts in order, as well as accounting for an estimated $20,000 for roof replacement and $25,000 for a replacement used mid-size SUV come up. You don't need an SUV. Doesn't need to be mid-size either. Doesn't need it. I come up with 7 years. All that's on you because of these choices that you're making. 7 years pay off the debt, have a new roof, have one new car. The other one will be 24 years old at that point. 7 years without putting a penny into retirement accounts. All that's on you for buying too much house. That seems like the most of the problem is the house. But again, the budget, there's some things on there that you think are non-negotiables, but they should be negotiables. And I think I just figured out yesterday I'm going to need a surgery. Great. Even after that's all said and done, I'm miraculously making the same amount of money and stay employed. Once I put 15% into retirement, there is $400 left over a month. You got to reduce those expenses. So time to get rid of that house. Sorry. Spouse has already heard enough about money and budget for a lifetime. I feel like I'm in this alone. That's your problem as well. If you can't talk to her about the money, she has to be on board with you. That's you feeling like you're on alone. That's why you're doing this post. That's what makes you feel hopeless. So you need to fix that with counseling, and that'll be more money, yes. I feel like I'm in this alone, other than winning the lottery or selling the house, if that will even help, because rent and mortgage rates and interest are also S right now. Again, with the language, so much language. I don't know what to do. You got to quit feeling sorry for yourself and fix it. You got to sell that house probably, unless there's a ton of crap you have that you can sell, or, move or move, all that stuff, all of the above. Whining. I understand you got problems, but all these problems are you because you bought a house you could not afford. And especially, even if it's on a 15, you bought it, but I would almost put money on it that it is a 30-year mortgage too. So that house purchase was incredibly dumb, and you probably did other dumb purchases as well, but you're too in your situation and feeling sorry for yourself that you can't see the things that you could cut out that you don't think you can cut out. Says, slow down a little, Anon, tell me I'm going too fast. Let's see. 54K in debt with 2K extra per month. Yeah. Yep. Not a hopeless situation. True. It's just going to take time, and he's thinking about all the stuff that he could have to pay for soon and so forth, and doing it by himself, basically. I guess the missus didn't like talking about the budget that much. And so he stopped, and so now he feels like he's on his own, and so that can do it. That's right. Aslan says his wife's not working. They could just use one car. That's right. All the debt, all the costs associated with that car, put it towards debt. And I can't remember if the cars had debt on them or not, or if they were paid for. Phone plans of the people getting, you should be paying no more than 10 or 12 quid a month. Boom. Don't need a 25K replacement car. 5K car. Sid is correct. Not a great car, but you can find Toyotas that will keep running. Aslan is out. Thanks for dropping by, Aslan. $500 over budget on the mortgage by the most generous allowance, and $800 over for Dave's guidance. Right. And if it's on a 30, it's even worse than that. She gets 32 months with 2 5K cars or 1 10K car. Find a way for insurance to cover the roof so that you only pay the deductible. Not counting raises, bonus, tax returns are getting better at the budget. That's right. He's just doing it all by himself. Feels alone, and so forth. I mean, we've all been there. And because it's our own situation, and I've done this too sometimes, not with money stuff really, maybe a little bit when I was younger, which was every day before today. But you're often too close to your own situation to look at it because you're in your head about it. And you've got stuff into your head where you think something's a non-negotiable, but it really should be. So, it's just because, 5 or 10 years ago, you decided something and now that's affecting your entire life. And so you need to be able to adjust. Time is it? It is 5:25. Oh, I could look on this. Yep. Okay. All right, so let's do one more. Representative Ty 977 Home Repairs Improvements. So it's a whole thing today with the home repair episode. The home repair / Coach Steve Money Band episode. Let's see. Home repairs improvements. So you don't do this stuff unless it's an emergency, unless you've got a leak in your bathroom. You can put it off. And you don't do any improvements until you have the house paid off. So, and if you do have a leak, you don't turn that into justification station, all aboard, for a complete bathroom remodel. But this is what people do all the time. All right, we just bought our house. Hopefully they had it completely checked out before just buying it. We've lived here for 5 years. Lived there in advance and then just bought it recently. Maybe went up for sale and was able to buy it, but was renting previously. Got to a place finally where our credit was built up enough. Okay, not the best time to buy, but the owner was needing to sell. If you got a good rate on it and you can afford it and you don't have any non-mortgage debt, then you don't let the interest rate tell you when to buy. You buy when you can afford it. So let's see. Anyways, we have a lot going on. If that's debt, you made a mistake. But I know how I'm doing our snowball debt payoff. shouldn't have bought a house. But I'm just wanting to get back to work as I'm on medical leave from a surgery. My finance, yes, not married. And so by putting that there, you know that's bad. Not recommended by Mr. Ramsey. Just got a job that has a decent pay increase. I'd been home for 4 years and started working a little over a year ago. Once I'm back to work, we can sit down and reconfigure our budget. You need to adjust the budget now while you're not working. I'll wait till we get more money coming in and then I'll do it. No, you need to cut out stuff now because you have less money now. He paid his credit card debt off. Great. I have about $5,000 left. Yeah. House shouldn't have been bought in. Our vehicles are paid off. Great. Medical debt done. Great. I have the money to pay off my debt once I'm back to work. Our home, unless something unexpected occurs. Boom, 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 boom. Doesn't need anything urgent fixed inside. Okay, great. The only thing we really want to do, boop, boop, boo, doo. And it's almost a necessity. Justification station, all aboard. Necessity for us for safety of kids and animals is to get the fence replaced. One section is broken apart with holes everywhere. Vinyl 6 foot. The other section is just a standard 4-foot chain link. The gates need replaced. That would be need to be replaced. As the toddler could easily push them open. Well, the toddler can't be out there by himself then. Some gates and fence sections the dogs can simply knock down or jump over. Well, you got to address that at some point. It's really a bad time with you not working. Let's see. I'm getting more. So that means if you gotta save up for that, you gotta cut out other stuff. And that might include not buying that house originally. I'm getting more quotes so we can budget for next spring, summer to do it if that's what we decide. Yeah, that's exactly what you should decide. Not to do it right now. The high-end quote is for cedar panels, not pre-assembled with steel, cemented in poles. You do the effective one, the cheapest effective one. Quote was for a little under $15K. I don't know how long we will live in or keep this property. Dumb. But want the investment to be worth the money going in. Do we pay for the best and longest lasting fence, or do we go lower end? You look at the numbers. I don't know all the numbers, but you look at the numbers, and the answer might be to sell that house right now. I personally feel like, for me, we should put the money in for quality on this one. You don't do that if you're not going to stay in the house. That would be dumb. You just speed up moving away from it. Live in the Midwest and experience wind gusts 50 miles per hour a lot. Where is that in the Midwest? Yeah, I guess Chicago is called the Windy City for some reason. I've seen the people who've chosen either cheap wood panels, thin poles, or even wood poles. They look like the big bad wolf blew down the house made of straw, short, with one blow, single storm. So again, but the justification station is not working on me. You don't know that you're staying there, so you would not do that. Go ahead and move now then. At tax time, we can have my credit card debt gone and have the cash to pay for this project without compromising the emergency fund. But, would you do it or just try to make the old fence last? Yes. Try to repair it the best you can yourself, maybe. Or if you have a friend or family member that does handyman work, you can pay him a little, that kind of thing. And put that money into the other steps. And again, you can do that. I'm going to also recommend you think about this house and staying in this house because you shouldn't have bought it when you had debt anyway. So you did that part wrong. And that way, then the seller, the person that you bought it from, could have had to fix the fence. And hey, let me ask you this. Was the fence already broken when you bought the house? Because that's your dumb fault for doing that. Don't do dumb stuff. Everybody likes to do dumb stuff. Thanks for listening to me, everybody. That is not dumb stuff to do. I'm fairly entertaining, I would like to think. And you're watching this on youtube.com/coachstevemoney. And let's see. Whatever fiance leaves her or gets fired. That's right. I forgot about it. It was just fiance on that one. Yeah, forgot about that. Let's see. Sid says, I don't know about fences. Solid wood fence seems like it would get blown down. You should probably get picket or chain link. Yeah. Physics gives the air somewhere to go. Unmanageable pet costs make no sense to Anon. Me as well. I'd be inclined to agree with that. Some people love their pets too much to think that way, though. You just scroll down on the homepage of youtube.com/coachstevemoney for the financial content. And again, that's the answering your financial questions and the Ramsey Show After Show and the music playlist that has 11 Ramsey adjacent songs in there. Resetting the plugs. You don't do that. You hit this button off and back on. There we go. So I'm Coach Steve Money, Ramsey Solutions Certified Financial Coach. And if you've got money problems or you just want to, let me try that again. If you got money problems or you just want to make sure you're on the right track, you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation with me at calendly.com/CoachSteveMoney. You can email me at coachstevemoney@gmail.com if you want to explain why you banned me or if you have any questions or about coaching or anything else on my channel. Donations can go to paypal.me/CoachSteveMoney. Alternatively to CashApp, $CoachSteveMoney, Walmart gift card to coachstevemoney@gmail.com. And the upcoming streams is answering your financial questions. And that's on Saturday. The Saturday one this week is going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Anon might be able to make it because at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Anon on Saturday. Sundays will be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and usually they both are, but the Buckeyes have an evening game. They moved that game time. Actually, it wasn't set at all, and they just finally set it this week. And the Ramsey Show After Show Tuesdays and Thursdays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'll be doing a chat replacement stream, and it's possible that the mod doesn't like that either. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out. I will explain that on the next stream if I find an answer. If not, I'll say I didn't find an answer. Bum, bum, bum. The Meetup app is funny. What Meetup app? Well, I must have missed something that Jack was doing. Interesting. It's his previous workplace. A coworker quit to be a housewife when she wasn't married and didn't have kids. Alrighty. Physics is important. Anon says she hopes there's not a cease and desist attached to my door. No, I mean, anything, if they ask me to stop doing anything, I probably would. I mean, I guess it depends on what it is, but probably. Yeah, I've been mentioning the after show in there a bunch, but nobody ever said anything, wasn't blocked before. And so I don't know. And the chat replacement stream, I could see why they might not like that. But I'm not telling anybody to not watch it on the app. And I don't think anybody would watch me instead of the Ramsey show. Unless, except my friends, of course. But, or trolls as well. Meetup is a free app for you to find clubs and groups in your area, Sid says. Oh, let's see. Might have been a sub mod, or maybe there's a new mod. That could be. Mod is interactivity has been completely different, as in almost nothing. Occasional link, usually saying hi near the beginning of the show, but like no other stuff. Dave Ramsey, make it happen. Dave is probably on Davecation, early Davecation this week. Early weekend for him, seems like, and he won't be on tomorrow. So let's see. Marshall looking for the weekend. Little sis and brother-in-law visiting Friday and Saturday. Mom's birthday is Saturday. Fun times. Marshall. Let's see what Jack has to say. Why do you think they have the last part of the show on the app? It makes no sense. I don't know. My guess is they're tired of YouTube taking 30%. Or they just want the app to be a bigger thing than it is. Because while YouTube is a thing, I imagine most people are going to stay on YouTube rather than go to the app. And so it could be any of those reasons. I do not know the specific thing. Warning would be respectful. I agree. Anniversary party for Sid's grandfather on Saturday. Awesome, Sid. A little bit more agua. So yes, so there will be a Ramsey show chat replacement stream tomorrow. Even if you don't see me on there talking about it, there will be one. That's right, Marshall. The first 2 hours of it is on there. And I'm hoping to be looking at the house. I hope that is awesome house and hopefully works out for you, Anon. Be good to get away from those neighbors. Jack, I think eventually they will try to have, not try and, you don't try and do something. Try to have the whole show on this app, the app. That could very well be. But at this point, we don't know. Marshall asked the Ramsey show why they had the app. They said most people watch/listen to the show well after 4 p.m. That is true. That is true. More people watch my stuff too. Not the live version, but later. And so the main reason is why you know that's going to be true is because later is every day, not just one particular 1 hour period like this is. And so that's every day from now on. More people will be watching it during that time. And so I don't know what that is, but it does trouble me that it cuts the rest of the world out of it. And I'm sure there's a lot of people in the rest of the world that do need this advice. And I'm sure there's a lot of people in the rest of the world that have taken this advice and made their lives better because of it. So that does trouble me, that part of it. But, it's a private company. the owner gets to do what he wants with his company. Yep, app not available to certain geographical areas. In the bloody UK. Not even if you pay a couple quid, you can't get it. Has been mentioned, yep, which there was more Ramsey for the UK. Yep. There's a lot of info for free. That is true. Even this, unless you count your time. Robert G paid for it today, so Ramsey Show Aftershow show today, sponsored by Robert G, I guess. So he's paying for everybody. But now back to the banning thing or whatever it was. If it was just, it's like technically it's called hiding, and that means you can still watch it and you can still type in the chat, but just nobody sees it. You just can't interact in the chat. And so all the people that I have blocked from the chat, but apparently it's only the people that you blocked in the chat. Or I can't see them if they type, but like if Sid hasn't blocked them herself, she can see them. Because there have been some people that I have blocked in this chat, and she has responded to them, but I never even saw their chat. And Jack retracted, so probably I addressed what he was asking about. So, but oh yeah, I was saying that. I mean, it would be sad, but I'm in a good place with it, because just like I tell everybody else to do, you have to embrace the reality. And so, if they for some reason don't want me on there anymore, then that's it. They have the right to keep me off of there. And there's nothing I can do about that. So I did not accidentally block all of you. If I had, I couldn't see you now, Marshall. Good thinking though. Yep, should have given me a warning. That would have been nice. I mean, and I think Mod and I have had enough interactions where he would have done that. But again, if it was a vacation mod or something like that, who knows? So we'll see if it's like a 1 day thing, but it wasn't a timeout unless you can do longer timeouts than 5 minutes, which I don't think you can, or 10 minutes, something like that. So I don't know. We'll see in the morning when the pre-show chat opens. He can't block Anon or her avos. Bloody avos. Anon will still be able to get her fruit in the UK, I guess, because they're not going on a strike there, only in the United States. You can do, it says you can do longer timeouts. Okay, great. How do you know that, Sid? Can you see that with you up to 24 hours? Okay. All right. Cool. So we'll see tomorrow. Can you see that in your mod abilities, or did you know that from some other source? Curious. Obviously, I haven't seen it. I've blocked people from my own chat before, but haven't seen any like the mod stuff. I think because I'm looking at it, I don't know, I think you have to look at it a different way. I think like from the studio or something like that. Please expand on more. You embrace the reality concept. Well, that means, like, for example, you don't lose your mind over politics, whoever gets into office. You don't lose your mind over that while still not doing your own finances correctly. Because, like Dave often says, it matters more what happens in your house than what happens in the White House. And so you need to control what you can control, and you need to worry about that infinitely more than you worry about stuff that's out of your control, like inflation. You cannot do anything about inflation. You can just make your finances better. And hey, guess what? The higher number of baby step you're on, the less inflation will affect you. So yeah, I'm a big fan of reality and logic. I'm not perfect. I'm a human, so I do fall prey to emotional stuff every so often, like when you move to Arkansas, that kind of thing. A9 won't be having it. She's not tolerating disruption to her fruit. Yeah, dose of reality. You just accept the reality, and you don't get overwhelmed by, well, like my sister's a good example, throwing her under the bus here. Sister would be a good example for this. And she got a lot better when she got older, and as a result, we got along a lot better when she got older. But when she was younger, her whole thing was basing her life around how stuff should be. And like being so concerned about things that was out of her control not being the way it should be. You don't have any control over that. So, if it makes you feel better to whine about it for a second, fine. But her whole thing was about the way things should be. And so once she got out of that, though, we did start getting along a lot better. She sees an option when she clicks the dots next to someone. Great. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I've never been a mod. I can't remember if I've ever seen that. Let's see. Let me try. Let me see if I have the ability. Let's see what I can do to A9 here. I can hide. Oh, I can put in a timeout. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. My bad. I just haven't had to. Never really had a problem with it until that day before Deloney came in. When like a bunch of different screen names, it was probably like bots and stuff came in and such. But really haven't had a problem with it since then. Yeah, do not put your head in the sand. Work with your current financial situation. Yeah, A9 is doing a good job of explaining it. It says, yesterday it's decided if people get subjected to fraudulent activity, the banks now need to pay back within 5 days. Is that in the bloody UK, A9? I've not heard about that here. I think if CSM were my brother, one of us would be doing bird. What does that mean? The middle finger? Do you believe people are too caught up in law of attraction or by dreaming, winning the lottery, etc.? You get that. I mean, we get that on the questions that I read all the time. They tell the situation and stuff like that, and then even bothering to bring it up. Well, obviously, if I win the lottery and stuff, I'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, even spending a second thinking about that is ridiculous. So yeah, and they're thinking about the way they want it to be, the way it should be, instead of the way it is, and you do whatever you have to make it better. I mean, leave me alone. I didn't click on anything. I just looked at the options by you, A9. Coping mechanisms. Yeah, Sid's right. Sid's pretty smart. In the bloody UK. All right. Well, that's from the new regime, right? I'm sure the banks don't like that, but tough. That's out of their control. Unless they, can you appeal something like that, A9? I don't know how they do it in the bloody UK. Bird, oh, no, be in jail. I don't get it. They're doing a thing on the radio here. It's nice hearing the winners, but I bet some are spending hundreds each day to enter. Of course they are. You know, I heard a lot from like friends and family over the many, many years, where multiple, let's see how many people. I would say, yeah, I mean, it's not a ton, maybe 10 altogether. 10 different people at one point said about the lottery, I'm about due. And as far as I know, none of them have still never, after 30 years, I've never won it. British in the last life with his accent. No, it's not a good accent. Yeah. That's right, Jack. Yeah, don't encourage me, Jack. But just make me do it bloody more. That's pretty funny, innit? Innit. Marshall won the lottery once. Now it's just chat time. Thanks for chatting, everybody. 7 people still watching. Be dumb to turn it off. People that watch later can opt to, when I sign off, supposedly, when I do my ending plugs, they can end it there and not watch all of it. Not one successful business owner ever played the lottery. They played reality and they won big, i.e. they own companies. Some of them built it with debt. So, I mean, that is possible. It's just not very smart. Like the lady on the show today that I listened to. And I think by then I knew it was banned, so I didn't type anything on it. But the lady on the show, that she did her little research. And so she was definitely going to make money. So she was hashtag justified in taking out a loan to buy cooking equipment. And she already owned a building for it, apparently. Sid was born in the USA. I was A9112 bloody K. Yeah, the lady wanted to sell the smoke meat. That's right, Marshall. Yeah, she was, I mean, she was all in on her little plan. But then if you're all in on your little plan and you're sure of everything, then definitely call the No Debt Show to ask if you should take out debt. So that is nutty. I don't understand how people get from one place to the other and saying, oh, I'll call, and I'm certainly going to be the exception this time. Yeah, so, I mean, that's great that calling hopefully meant she was worried about it. And she will continue to think about it and not do it. Hopefully. That's Susan? Is that who that was? Baby reindeer been big out there. The story of yes, I have not seen it yet, but yeah. Yeah, that's been a thing for a while, Anon. I think it won some awards. While watching, you can see both Ken and Rachel shaking their heads. Right, because she was just constantly and not stopping and continuing to, but I've made my business plan and I've done that. That doesn't mean crap. That doesn't mean, so did everybody else that started a business. Or maybe not, but there have been people that started a business and have done everything that you have done, lady, and they still went out of business. And yeah, you're not them, and yeah, it might work, but it's too risky. Yeah, I don't know much about it except that it was a stalker story and the name of it. That's all I know about it. We should have a group watch. Uh-huh. All right. All right. Have you seen it, Danon? I gotta watch some stuff. I'm behind on stuff. Oh, I want to watch what is it? Logan before um, Deadpool and Wolverine is on streaming. What else did I want to watch? A couple other things. Yeah, like I said, I just know just that much about it. It's a stalker story and the name of it, and that I think it won awards. Won some bloody Emmys. I think it was a TV movie. In the UK, I feel like not. I feel like for me, it's America. But not sure. Oh, so here's some fun trivia. If you guys are wondering why I do that, that is basically all the reality people, because when they like, especially like Kardashians, that type of show, where they're talking to the camera and they go, I feel like for me that this, and whatever else. So that's why whenever it says I feel like, I always add the for me. And that's a FUR, for me. Yikes, Marshall. Sorry to hear that. Oh, England. Is it England an area, or is that just a funny way of saying England? Because you kids will throw some extra R's in there, like America. Oasis back together, Anon. I think they're from Manchester. Not sure the Kardashians are baby steppers. You would think they wouldn't have to take out any debt, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure they got their dad was a lawyer. I'm sure they got financial people. England. Oh, Anon, not a fan of the Oasis. Not even Wonderwall, Anon. Well, if the chat doesn't keep going, it's not that much fun. I didn't have any other. Oh, I do have some other content. Should I use it? I'll do it really quick. When I do it again, because I will do it again. I'll do it on the next after show. But I forgot to give the George information. And here is the George information, if I can see it. Let's see. So I thought it was going to be on the actual YouTube video, or even in the radio show, but the admin of the Baby Steps, the Ramsey Baby Steps community group on Facebook, which is run by Ramsey Solutions, the admin said that they're going to do a meet the personalities thing every day this current week, excuse me. And so George did the first one on Monday. Jade did the second one, but Jade didn't say anything I didn't already know about her. What George said that I don't remember ever hearing about it. Maybe you guys have heard this. And if anyone knows that, I bet Flash would. If it has been talked about. But George says his main thing is to make money fun. Because in 2013, he said money wasn't fun for him. He had $40K in student loans and credit cards. He got out of debt in 18 months. And in 10 years, he went from being negative net worth to a millionaire. So I did not know that stuff. Marshall is out. Hope you heard all the George stuff. If not, that's okay. I'll do it on Tuesday's after show. There's the top of my head there. Excellent. Stream is behind me live, of course. In case you guys didn't know how that works. It's like let's see, I'll count it right now. See how many seconds. Like 17 seconds. Not really surprised though. No, but I just never heard it. How far are you getting with sorting my stuff? Still listing stuff on eBay, still throwing out at least a few things every day. So I think I'm good. I have when am I driving away from here? 2 weeks from Sunday. Thanks, Ice-T. You been quiet? Did we scare you? Thanks for saying it was a great show. I enjoyed it as always. And I will still keep doing it, even if I'm never allowed back in the Ramsey Show chat. I will still do it. I've done it. I've done, how many of these have I done? This is number 396. I've done some where nobody watched it live at all. So I will keep doing it regardless because I enjoy it. Jack likes George. This is a book in Dave's book on the Audible. Excellent. A nice meal on last night. Yeah, I thought about for that run up. I thought about getting pizza that would last the last few days, and then maybe that night maybe I'll get Zaxby's, which is like the local Raising Cane's here. It's just not as good and more expensive. So I might do that, maybe. We'll see. Or just finish off the pizza. How will I celebrate my 400th show? You know, I was actually thinking about that when I when I changed the number from 395 from the copy and paste and I changed it to 396. I was actually thinking about that 400's coming up. So I don't know. So that's going to be Tuesday, Thursday. So I will still be here, but that day I will be in the thick of moving, so I may not do anything for that. Definitely for the 500th I will be. And so, but that would be it depends on how many I can do once I get back to Ohio and start working there. It depends on when I work. So meal and chat stream would be cool. It would be. That's a good thing. People can watch me eat. Fun. You know, that's what is that? Mukbang that the people are into these days. 400 is consistency. Oh, I took some time off. After the reason I moved here for didn't work out. I did have some time off during all of that. Did I not, Sid? Sid knows. Oh, maybe Anon too does too. Can't remember. Needs a financial mukbang. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to do that. I try to keep the grocery and stuff budget down, so it's nothing like that's exciting. And I eat really fast anyway. But yeah, we'll see. I'll see if I could do something about that. And I haven't done that yet. I haven't even tried that yet. Once I got 1,000 subscribers, then I can do a live stream like right from my phone, that kind of thing. So I can do a remote live stream. And I am going to do that for at Christmas time. I am going to go to that big outdoor shopping mall and matter of fact, give you guys a maps. Oh, I wonder if, that might show some addresses on there. Hold on. Let's do incognito. There we go. Maps.google.com. And we want Easton Town Center. And there's the inside version of it, but it's also a huge. It's huge. Where's the... All right. I do not like... Why is it not on here? Oh, do I have to do that? Nope, that's the other Google stuff. I don't know where I turn it to satellite. Would it be on here? Anywhere? I don't think so. So if it's not in this... Yeah, I don't know where it would be. Anyway, that's where it is right there. Guess what? It's in Columbus. Well... Yeah, and it's all different. Oh, let's see. Let's see if I can move this over to this screen and it'll be on a different resolution. There it is, and it shows up. I don't know why. Don't know why. It doesn't like the higher resolution on the 50-inch TV, but it's fine on the 46 for some reason. But it's the same resolution on both. Oh, and I'm not showing you this one either. Oh, crud. Okay, I got to change that. All right, one sec. Did we lose everybody yet? What do I do? Window capture properties and changing it. Where is maps? There we go. That's it. Okay, great. All right, so I'm not on there, but that is okay. Okay, so what were we doing? Oh yeah, Easton Town Center. There we are. Okay. Darn it. Darn it. What did I do now? If I knew how to use computers, that'd be great. And my glasses would be good. All right, so here's the dealio, kids. It's called Easton. This is Easton Way. This is the Cheesecake Factory. And where's... All right, I'm going to move it again. Hopefully you guys can still see it because I'm going to put the man down. Where's the man? Let's see. So yeah, I don't know why this stuff doesn't work right. So let's put the man down right there. There we are. And I'll move it back. Shouldn't have to do anything else. So yeah, get rid of that. Wait. Okay, I'll leave it here. And then make sure it's showing up correctly. Put the man. Okay, there we are. Yeah, I don't know why. The 4 extra inches just throws everything off. Phrasing. Let's see if it works on the YouTube. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Okay, it works. Okay. I'm in Arkansas right now. I'll be moving back to Ohio. And you guys are still behind, but it looks like it will work. I just want to make sure it stays there. Right, Jack. How they are now and what you need to do to make them the way you want them to be. But if they're out of your control, then you don't do that. Oh, is that what? Oops. I think it is already on there. It's already on there. Okay, so get rid of that, I think. No, why does it keep doing that? It never does this on my own thing. Anyway, the Cheesecake Factory is right there. And I think that's still my daughter's favorite restaurant. But right here in the square, in the summer, these are, yeah, you can see them. They're fountains like that. And you kids can run through them, that kind of thing. So that's fun. But at Christmas time, they put a giant tree right there. But basically it's just, and back back here is the mall, starting right there. That's this is just a restaurant outside, but this is a mall where there's other restaurants and stuff on the inside. But they got a bunch of shops like out here. There's, I believe, the bookstore right here to the right. Still the bookstore. Some of them may have changed. Yep, Barnes and the Noble and the Chipotle. Whoops, I believe is right over here. And so, like I said, I will be going, once it's all decorated for Christmas, I will be doing a live stream from there with my phone. I'll do a test one before that. Go there and then back. Let's see, just wanted to go to the mall to see that up closer, and then we can be done with this. Watch out for the cars. So that's the Brio restaurant to our left. And then what is this even? A whole bunch of, in case you didn't know, a whole bunch of expensive as crap stuff here. Darn it, I hit. There we go. Let me do that. What is that? Oh, that's the other side of Brio. Okay, it's all Brio. Wow. That's a big restaurant, dog. And so then this is, all indoor mall, and that stretches for miles. Let's see if it will let me go back. So if I do that again, and then layers, there we go. So we can see and then zoom in here. So yeah, this is the indoor portion of it. And so you can see it's pretty big. There's a Five Guys in there. Bunch of different ones. Has way more than that, but you can see how long it is. How big it is. It was bigger than I thought it was. Yeah. Legoland on the other side of it. I don't think the Legoland was there when I left. I don't believe so. Or it was, and I just never went there. It might have been. They had they do have the AMC. Yeah, AMC Town Center right there. Cool. Oh yeah, I am on it. My bad. Yeah, I forgot that I would still be on it. That's dumb. Alrighty. It was just where I was looking at it, because I was looking at a web page, and I need to be looking at that and that. There we go. Alright, and probably everybody's left by now. Let's see. Why is Lush so good? I have no idea. I don't go in for all that. If it's something is really fancy, I probably haven't heard of it or have heard of it, but there's no way that I would do that. Just like I would, no matter how much money I had, I would never spend $30 on a Yeti cup. Boom, boom, boom. His heart is in Ohio. Ha ha! You're right. People watching. 8 people still watching. Way more people watching than commenting. Interesting. I didn't even see where the Lush was. That's how I just disregard all of it. Why is it? Oh, it's natural stuff. Of course. And costs a bunch of money, right? Jules is still there. Ate dinner. Trying to amp myself up for work. I see. Is it cheap? It's not cheap. Anything at Easton is not cheap. There's a Walmart. You got to drive probably... It's not too far. Like... maybe 5 or 10 minutes from there, but all of that is all Richie stuff there. Like, I mean, the cheapest stuff they might have that might be anywhere is they might have, I think you could buy one donut inside there. I think there's a Krispy Kreme maybe, or no, there's a Cinnabon, I think, or at least there was. And so you could buy one Cinnabon, or like one thing from Chipotle in the outdoor mall area. One bath bomb is still a blessing. All right. If you say so, Anon. Did we hit 2 hours yet? We did not. Not quite. Almost, though. Bath bomb is $2.50. $2.50 there. And we can get the cheapest one for like 50 pence. Like how much is a bath bomb at Walmart, for example? Or whatever you have there, that's the... It is little things. And like $2.50, I mean, even if you're on baby step 2, you can put $2.50 a week into your budget for a bath bomb if you want. That's fine. I'll allow it. You just gotta not do one every day. Oh, and she cuts them up and makes them last longer. See, that's smart because it doesn't have to be. But see, most people won't do that. I appreciate that ingenuity, Anon. And I do a bunch of stuff like that as well, where I make stuff last longer than it's supposed to. That kind of thing. And if I could think of something, I would do more of my money acts, but I only have the one video in the money act, which is by things that are on offer, as they say in the UK, which means like clearance stuff, or on sale. It's what is a blessing to you. You know, it's a blessing to me, all of you fine people that are watching. That's 1, 2, 3. Don't know if Marshall is there, but that still makes 3 more people just watching, and that's fine. Magnesium salts. As well, things that I don't know anything about. 1 kilogram from ASDA, that's their version of Walmart, and it's 3 bloody quid. You go, Anon was marketing just directly to you. What's that called? Where you do focus marketing. 4 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday is answering your financial questions. And that is not early, but it's not as late as 8:30 p.m. Eastern time is in the UK. Oh, that's right. Jack is in there, over there too, right? So yeah. The Sunday one is still going to be 8:30, but the Saturday one is 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. No. 4 p.m. Eastern Time. My bad. The 30, the off hours of when the stream starts now because of when the Ramsey show video leaves, is done on YouTube and it goes to just the app. So that's why I was confused. And of course the 8:30 start time, but 4 p.m. Eastern Time will be the Answering Your Financial Questions stream on Saturday. This coming Saturday, that would be 28th. September 28th. How do we take care of our well-being whilst paying off debt, being frugal, etc.? That is a good question. Okay, so how you do that, how you take care of your well-being is if you consider that to be necessary, then you need to cut out something that's not necessary to sacrifice still, and then you can do that. So you got to find that money for somewhere. So you have to sacrifice in another area to take care of what you think is well-being. So, starting to enjoy these lives. You haven't been enjoying them before, Anon. That's not nice. Yeah, I mean, the chatting and such is always fun, interacting. It's, it's social, demented and sad, but social. But it's great. But the problem is that I'm the only one that's live and all you guys are, so I'm waiting on people to chat, to type something in the chat and so forth. All the small things. I don't know who that is. I can't remember who does that. Enjoy the lives in a different way, okay? Alrighty. You can expand on that or you can let it lie. George Camel, you're going to ask George Camel why you're blocked. How can you ask George Camel why I'm blocked? And he's not... he's almost certainly not the one that did it, so he probably doesn't have anything to do about it. It's not in his world. Oh. Typing rubbish. It's rubbish. Rubbish. You gotta repeat it, right? In the UK. It's rubbish. Rubbish. Blink 182, you might be right about that, Jules. I would take your word on that. That does sound right. What is she? Meal, well-being. We see what's on your mind, Jack. You have the $40 budget somehow, though. Yep, iced. Julie got it first. To the new people coming in, I've been done with the content for about an hour or so, but people were still chatting. And so I'm going to stay on a little bit longer. I can't stay on forever because I have stuff to do. Actually, I could just leave it going and take care of the stuff that I need to do. Let's see. Well-being, do you mean mental, physical, spiritual, social? Could be any. Jack, as I'm guessing. Mental, healthy disposition. Yeah, all of them. Anything you think of, anything that you deem that's important, and that's fine. You just have to, you're the one that's in charge of the budget. And so, but you also, again, have to pay attention to reality as well and know when something is not a need. But even if it's not a need, if you put it like in a fun money category, or you can have a well-being category, and then at that point, I would just ask you to look for something else to cut out then. Then maybe instead of having 2 subscription services for streaming, you go down to 1. Yeah, find joy in the small things. Yeah. Well, you can sometimes find her in the chat. She joins in the chat sometimes. You can find me in there sometimes too, or at least you could before today. Ainon's balance has been off a bloody long time. She's trying to work on it. Trying to sort it. SOR apostrophe it. That's right. Say it ain't so. That's right. Yeah, I don't know the rest of it, I don't think. I might if it was on. Oh, in case anyone was wondering, I have stopped singing. Nobody said, "Hey, Steve, you need to be singing more." Nobody said that either, I noticed. So I probably shouldn't even say anything. But I decided to stop doing it because it's hit and miss whether they will take half of the video money. And even if I only sing the song for 3 minutes, they get half of it, even if they do consider it a cover. And I get half and they get half. Or if they just say it can't be monetized completely. So it just depends. That's right. I will not go. And I remember that too. So yeah. So if any of the other people want to say hi, you can say hi. We don't bite hard. Spotify music and audiobooks. Better than iBooks of alone. A9 must have stock in Spotify. Can't believe you put the T there, A9. It's Spotify. Four-month free sub with Spotify. Magical 4 months free. Fun times. 15 hours with Spotify audiobooks. How long? Or is that a time? Or you got to make a new account? Alrighty, guys. I appreciate everybody watching very, very, very much. But I am going to end the stream. I do have to do some other things since I am still moving. Once I get moved and don't have much to do, which I'll be fine with everything in boxes there. It's just it's got to be put into boxes here. So, I mean, I'll take out the important stuff the first day, and the rest of the stuff can wait. But I'll do longer streams probably, or like maybe even sometimes just a chat stream or something like that. Never know. Maybe something with Discord. I don't know. That seems like that could get unwieldy. Sid says Libby is free. You are so very welcome, Julie. Thank you so very much. Again, it's very humble. I'm very humble. It's really humbling being humble, as a football player once said. High state player, as a matter of fact. And it is really humbling, though. because you guys could be doing anything right now and doing anything else. You guys could be watching anybody else on YouTube right now. Could be sleeping. You could be doing anything. And you're choosing to be here with me and the rest of the chat. The rest of the chat may have they're probably a big part of it as well. And so certainly props to everybody in the chat for being a draw. Thanks, Iced. You've been very quiet, Iced. Did we scare you? Let's see. It says maybe US only, but it links an audiobook library with your local library system, right? So you can check out an audiobook that's in your local system via the app. And so it might be just in the US. It's pass. And I was going to check it out. Alrighty. So thanks so very much, everyone. And make smart financial and chatting decisions every day.